The history of the BC-304 Daedalus class warship. The BC-304, also known as the Daedalus class warship, is a class of deep space carrier built by the Tauri, and the most advanced series of vessels in the Tauri fleet. As of 2010, 6 Daedalus class warships have been built. These include the Daedalus, Odyssey, Korolev, Apollo, Sun Tzu, and George Hammond. All but 2 are operated by the United States Air Force. One 304, the Korolev, was given to the Russian Federation and subsequently lost in the Battle of the Ori, while another 304, the Sun Tzu, is operated by the Chinese government. Its length is 200 meters, its width is 90 meters, its height is 70 meters, maximum speed 75,000 kilometers per second. It has maneuvering thrusters, sublight drive, and Asgard hyperdrive. It uses Naquadria as the fuel. It has 4 power plants, Naquadria generators, 0-point module if available, Asgard power core, and subspace capacitors. It has Asgard shielding and a Naquadria Trillium alloy hull. It also has an Asgard sensor array, Earth targeting systems, and a computer navigation system, armament, 4 Asgard plasma beam weapons, 32 railguns, 16 VLS missile tubes, Mark III, Mark VIII, and Mark IX nuclear missiles, and the Apollo has a Horizon weapon system. She can carry a complement of 8 to 16 F-302 fighter interceptors, a crew of around 200, minimum crew of 4. Other systems include Asgard transporters, long-range transmitter, transportation rings, Asgard computer core, and an ancient cloak on the Odyssey. Although referred to as sister ships to the BC-303 Prometheus, the BC-304s differ significantly in their design and technology. While the Prometheus was originally built with reverse-engineered Gual technology and salvaged equipment, the BC-304s incorporated Asgard technology in their original design. All BC-304s are equipped with Asgard shields, sensors, transporters, as well as intergalactic hyperdrive technology that allows the ship to make large intergalactic journeys in a matter of days. While the Asgard initially refused to install Asgard-designed weapons on the BC-304s, Asgard plasma beam weapons were gifted to the Tauri in 2007 as part of a larger refit to the class. Earth's flagship, the Odyssey, was the first to receive these upgrades, followed by the Daedalus and the Apollo shortly thereafter. Since 2007, these upgrades have been incorporated into the base design of all new BC-304s in production. While built along similar lines to the other members of the class, the George Hammond, completed in 2009, was built from the outset as an upgraded version of the Daedalus class. The George Hammond possessed a heavier superstructure around the bridge, larger and wider 302 bays, improved reverse thrusters that enabled it to land in smaller spaces easier, and a new, more powerful series of railguns. Earth's first battle cruiser, the Prometheus, initially proved itself to be a capable warship, with several other of the BC-303 class planned for production. However, over the course of the ship's lifespan, several improvements had been made, with the Asgard installing several new systems in a show of gratitude for the Tauri's help in battling the replicators. With the addition of these upgrades and great technology strides made by the Tauri in general since the Prometheus was constructed, it soon became apparent that using the original BC-303 design as a template from which to construct new ships was impractical. Therefore, a new spaceship intended to be built from the ground up with these upgrades was designed. The construction of this new class of ship, known as a BC-304, immediately became one of Stargate Command's most important projects. Currently, 70% of Stargate Command's operating budget had been transferred to the construction of the Data class vessels, with each vessel costing $7 billion. The first vessel of the class was the Daedalus, which was introduced in 2005. Upon its completion, the ship was immediately assigned to the Pegasus galaxy to assist the Atlantis expedition in the Tauri Wraith War. The following year, in 2006, the second Daedalus-class ship, the Odyssey, was constructed. The ship's initial mission was to deal with the Lucian Alliance, and foremost the forces of the Ori, which had invaded the galaxy. The first two Daedalus-class ships were commanded by the United States Air Force. However, when the Ori invaded the Milky Way, a third Daedalus class was near completion. The Korolev was given to the Russians as a trade agreement for the United States of America to continue running the SGC with the Alpha Gate, which was on lease from Russia. The Korolev was destroyed during the Battle of P3Y229, soon after being rushed into service. In 2007, when faced with the extinction of their race, the Asgard gave the Tauri their complete knowledge base in the form of the Asgard Computer Core. They also gave the Tauri vessel the Odyssey a mass upgrade. Since that historic event, all Daedalus-class warships have been outfitted with the Asgard advancements, including Asgard plasma beam weapons. Another Daedalus-class ship, the Apollo, was constructed later in 2007. It was stationed around Earth in defense against a potential Ori attack. The attack never took place, however, and it was subsequently reassigned to the Pegasus galaxy to fight the Asuryan Tauri Wraith War. The next 304 in line, the Sun Tzu, was put into service by China in early 2009. In its first mission, the Sun Tzu and the Apollo jointly engaged the Superhive, which had found the location of Earth. The attack was a failure and both ships were crippled in battle. The Hive ship was subsequently destroyed over Earth. Additionally, Earth 6304, the George Hammond, was completed in 2009 and placed under command of Colonel Samantha Carter. It later took part in the defense of the Icarus base and other Lucian Alliance conflicts. It was additionally assigned to the Pegasus galaxy to assist the Tauri conflict with the Wraith. Thank you for watching the history of the BC-304 Daedalus-class warship. Like and subscribe and share if you can, we appreciate it, and have a great day. Bye-bye. The history of the Hasara space station. The Hasara space station was a space station located in the Hasara system. It was considered a neutral territory by the standards of the Goa'ulds, and was chosen as the site of meetings for the High Council of the System Lords. The Hasara space station has 3 known interior locations. Number 1, the conference room. There are 8 seats in the chamber, formed in a circle to symbolize equality. This is so that no System Lord feels slighted at being seated at an inferior position. An attendant stands at the entrance of the hall, announcing the arrival of each powerful Goa'uld with reverence. When a ballot is in progress, each System Lord casts their vote in turn, with either a nod of the head or a raising of the hand. The decision does not need to be unanimously agreed upon. If there is a clear majority, then a motion can be passed by the summit members. Every night the summit goes on, a vat of live symbiotes is ringed into the room and eaten by the System Lords. Number 2, the living quarters. Each System Lord has their own palatal suite of rooms on the station. They are furnished and decorated to suit each Goa'uld's taste. There are luxurious soft chairs, drapes, plants, beds, and sofas. The Goa'uld's attendant has a small compartment in the annex off the main room of the suite. When serving their master, the servant stands behind and to the right of the System Lord awaiting instructions. Number 3, docking bays. Teltacs can dock in any one of the 20 specially designed docking bays on the space station. The station sensors can detect any disturbance to the atmosphere surrounding the craft. So, if any Teltacs or escape pods enters or leaves the docking bay, the station's main computer registers the movement and sounds an alarm, sending a warning to the Goa'uld crew. Defenses. There are 40 plasma cannons strategically placed around the station as a defense against attack. The bow, stern, port, and starboard positions are each armed with 10 cannons. A bolt from the station's weapons can pass through the station's active shields out into space to strike an enemy target over 80 kilometers away. These features provide the station with complete protection from attack. Shields. There are 5 sophisticated shield systems on the station. The bow, stern, port, or starboard can be protected individually or by a total shield being activated. The shield can withstand tremendous assault from enemy ships, while allowing the station's own weapons to be fired through it. All the shields can be activated from the main deck or from 4 other locations around the station. History. In the aftermath of the deaths of Apophis and Kronos, the space station was chosen to be the meeting place for the High Council or System Lords to discuss the future of the Goa'uld Empire. It was also where Baal sent Selket to deliver terms of peace for the System Lords, but Replicator Carter attacked the station, killing all the System Lords in attendance, and presumably consuming the space station for new raw materials. Thank you for watching the history of the Hazara space station. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and if you already have, thank you, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.